Taurwen, a wind blows from the mountain of death. Never before have I felt the chills of resemblance to my own musical output, Forgotten Conquest. So side note here, that is the last video uploaded to the channel. It will be linked below. That is my own record, and I will talk a little further on that after I finish orating the rest of this music blog. So let's continue. In composition and temperament, there may be some similarities, but the distinction is in virtual instruments. The luscious deep bellowing horns, serene yet sorrowful strings, and especially the crisp, immaculate, bright pianos. Their tone and delivery so close to its intended form catches my ears as the same set of tools I once used. This, Taurwen's debut album, suffers the same follies I too encountered in my amateurish pursuit of manifesting the music in my mind to something tangible. Flirting with the lost, pale and bleak, its minimalism of lone instruments lay stark and bare, converging on occasions. It's rooted in repetitions, stripped of charm by the virtual instrument's cold mechanical precision each string, elongated chord and piano note brings. Pitch perfect and identical in sequence, its atmosphere is cut by the sterility, barely blemished by soft reverberations and echoes. The music rotates with such perfection that its meaning, inspiration and emotion feels lost without a human touch. It is, however, clear what's aimed for here, a pry into a world of beauty and sorrow held in Mother Nature's cold cruelty and majestic wonder. Its melodies stray and meander, forever wandering alone on the back of this illustrious sound of beautiful instruments with a glossy finish. Its songs open like windows into a moment of inconsequential, scenic melodies with a human presence, one of carved stone and overgrown vines. Some of the music is lone and linear, others richer with multiple layers of composition that two together feel naked and bare like a lost poem or a faded picture. Deep pounded drums are struck to muster the oomph for upheaval and building mast crescendos that never quite culminate. Its bells too are an interesting choice, cutting like a knife and often suddenly signifying the end as if a spell had been broken. It's hard to put a finger on this particular space, caught somewhere between Dungeon Synth and the medieval fantasy of Thief. It certainly has potential, but I can't get past the imagination of notation on that piano roll, perfectly executed. Its best moments might just be hum of the forest, where things get muddied up in its layers of foggy ambience. That human wear and tear is what much of this record needs. And so to now talk casually about what I mentioned at the beginning of this video, there are some parallels here between my own record and this one, and that is the virtual instruments. When you first work with them, the kind of sounds that you get out of them are so perfect that when repetitious melodies come across, you can just hear that repeat performance of the exact same sound over and over again, and I found myself lingering on that during this record. Now, when I write, I do put a number next to, the rating over on the blog. I'm not going to incorporate that here on the channel because I think what's more important are the words that go into describing it. So if you heard things here that you may like the sound of, go check out this record because the artist put their heart and soul into it. And for me, I just got all too caught up on that repetition and couldn't get it out of my head because of how much it reminded me of having those same problems with my own records. So the ratings on the website, take them with a pinch of salt, and hopefully my words here have directed you towards a record that you might enjoy. Thanks for listening. If you'd like to see some more of my music blogs, go check the website out. Every page has over 1,000 articles sorted by artist, year, genre and more. Just hit Ctrl F and have a search for something that interests you. You can find a link to the blog in the description box down below, where you'll also find links to my other YouTube channels. Check them out if you are curious. Thanks again for watching, and be sure to subscribe to catch the next upload.